Welcome back to the Theboysinoldgold. Today we are back, game week 3 predictions, and honestly, I'm going to put the table up here. I didn't have a great game week, but Lance did actually have a quite good game week. I'm currently on 15 points, and Lance is on 18, so fair play to Lance. He got the Crystal Palace Forest score spot on pretty much, so lucky to him. He got 3 points, I didn't. So let's just go straight back in to our predictions for this game week. Before we get into predictions, I must say there's been a new rule added. Whoever's close to the score will get an extra point, because since our predictions were too close last week and the week before, it's basically like almost the same. So if we do whoever's closer to the score, get an extra point, just so it gives us a bit more competition. And also, if you don't know the rules, go check out the last video. It should be down here in the description. Go check them out to see the original rules, and yeah, that's it. So let's move on to the first predictions.
Alright, Villa versus Palace. Last week, Palace drew with Forest, and then Villa lost to Brentford, surprisingly. So, quite a weird two results, so could go either way. I'm going to go with 2-1 to Palace. I'll put Watkins to score for Villa, Mateta for Palace, Sarr for Palace. What did you put, Alfie?
Right, so I went with a Villa 2, Crystal Palace 1, and Gw3 to score, Malin to score, and Mateta to score. I think a pretty decent match, to be fair, because last week Palace picked up the result they probably need against a good side like Forest, and then Villa didn't pick up a result against Brentford, so not very good. But I do think Villa still are a good side, so I think they definitely will pick up again and probably beat Palace, in my opinion. So yeah. Right, on to Brighton versus Man City. Right, Brighton versus Man City. Last week we predicted Tottenham to lose against Man City, but surprisingly, we knew it was going to happen. Me and Lance even said it, I'm pretty sure. Tottenham always have a good game against City, but they lost 2-0, which is quite bad. None of us got a single point. Oh, actually, to be fair, I'm wrong. Lance did get a point for saying Brennan Johnson to score, but wasn't a good game for City last week. So, I don't know. Neither Brighton, they lost 2-0 as well, wasn't a good game. So, I'm just going to go straight into my prediction and say Brighton 1, City 3. I'm going to say Baleba to score for Brighton, Haaland, Cherky and Docker to score for City. Lance, give me your predictions.
Alright, I'm going to go 3-1 City. Brighton didn't have a good week last week, lost to Everton 2-0. City lost as well, so that's interesting. I'll go with 3-1 to City, as I said. Baleba for Brighton. 2 goals for Haaland, for City obviously, and then Cherky. On to Chelsea versus Fulham.
Chelsea versus Fulham. Chelsea got an absolute cracking result last week against West Ham. Absolutely battered them. And Fulham, they got a good result against United, to be fair. As soon as Raul Jimenez came on, he absolutely changed that game. I think they should have. I think they deserve to win that game, to be fair, Fulham. Honestly, this would be quite, I don't know, I can't see it being much of a good game. Could be interesting, I don't know, depends what you're looking out for in the game, I suppose. But I'm going to say Chelsea 2, Fulham 0, Pedro Neto to score, and João Pedro to score the others.
Yeah, so I'll put 2 on to Chelsea. Exact same scores as you. João Pedro, Neto. Then for Fulham, I'll put Muniz. So let's go on to Leeds versus Newcastle. Alright, Leeds versus Newcastle. Newcastle got pretty unlucky last week. Good game against Liverpool, ended up losing last minute to a 16-year-old. I watched the game. To be fair, they played quite well. Yeah, decent. Leeds obviously got battered. I went 3-1 Newcastle. Pirro to score for Leeds. And then for Newcastle, Asula twice, and then Barnes. Asula scored against Liverpool. Looked decent, to be fair. Let's see what Alfie put.
As Lance has already mentioned, Leeds got battered last week, and Newcastle also lost to Liverpool, which wasn't a good result, as they got really unlucky last minute and that 16-year-old scored. For me, I'm going to say 2-0 Newcastle, Alanga and Dan Burn to score. Liverpool versus Arsenal. Arsenal won 5-0 against Leeds last week. Absolute great result. And Liverpool, obviously, like we just mentioned, won last minute against Newcastle. It was a cracking game for both teams, really. Honestly, Arsenal always tend to beat Liverpool, so I've gone for 3-2 Arsenal, Gakpo and Ekitike to score for Liverpool, Gyökeres, Odegaard, a new signing, debut, Eze to score for Arsenal. Might not happen, but I've just said it anyway, just throwing a wild prediction out there, so let's just go straight on to Lance's prediction.
Yeah, Liverpool versus Arsenal. To be fair, I'm expecting a good game. Both decent teams, did really well last week. I'll go with 2-2. Arsenal to have Gyökeres score and Saka, and then Liverpool, Ekitike again. He's actually really good, to be fair. Proved me wrong. Gravenberch as well for Liverpool. Going to be a good game. So yeah.
Right, Manchester United Burnley. I feel like I might be a bit biased on this prediction, considering United did just lose to Grimsby. I feel like it probably won't happen. And as much as how bad United are, it probably still won't happen, but I feel like you got to throw in some wild predictions sometimes. So I've just gone 1-0 Burnley and Marcus Edwards to score. Hopefully my prediction's right. You never know. Premier League at the end of the day. And it's Manchester United. They are terrible sides, so I don't know. Lance, what have you put?
Alright, so I'm going to go United to win 3-1. I'm kind of doubting my own prediction because United are terrible. What a game that was against Grimsby though. Not for United. But I'll go 3-1 because I don't think Burnley are any good. Even though they did win last week, I think, against Sunderland. So, I'm going to go Euro to score, Diallo and Shesko. And then Burnley will go their new signing, Bruges, whatever he's called, from Chelsea. So yeah, on to the next one. Forest versus West Ham. West Ham absolutely got destroyed by us the other day. I won't say destroyed, but pretty good win. Very good game. As it seems, they're going down, probably with us, but I'm going to say Forest win 3-1. Chris Wood's going to score twice, and Gibbs White. And then West Ham will go in Bowen. Had a decent game against us. Probably their best player, so what did you put, Alfie?
West Ham got destroyed by Chelsea last week. Really embarrassing. And they also lost to us a few days ago, which is not great at all. And then Forest, to be fair, quite a disappointing result against Palace. Only 1-1. But, honestly, similar prediction to you. I'll put 3-0 Forest. Chris Wood score. Morgan Gibbs White score. But then, instead of Chris Wood score again, I'll put Ryan Yates to score. So, let's just go straight to Sunderland versus Brentford. To be fair, I'm quite surprised about Sunderland's result last week. They lost 2-0, considering they won 3-0 against West Ham. Brentford also won 1-0 against Villa. Pretty good result for them. So, I think it's going to be quite a close match, considering, I don't know, I think they're both similar skill level so far, from what I've seen of both of them. So, I'm just going to throw it out there. 1-1 draw for Sunderland and Brentford, with my ended score for Sunderland and Utara Brentford. So, on to Lance's prediction.
Alright, probably going to be a boring one. I'm going to do mine quite quick. We'll go with Sunderland to lose 2-1 to Brentford. Mayenda score for Sunderland. Brentford, Igor Thiago, I think I predicted last week as well. And Dango Quatara from Bournemouth, I think, signed recently. Probably going to be a boring game. Straight to whatever the next game is. Tottenham Bournemouth. Tottenham beat City 2-0. Bournemouth beat us 1-0. Bournemouth were decent against us. To be fair, nothing special. They are playing Wolves at the end of the day. I'm going with Tottenham to win 1-0. Johnson to score. Yeah. Alfie, what are you going to say?
Tottenham versus Bournemouth. Tottenham picked up a great result last week against City, and Bournemouth, I was fortunate enough to not watch the game as they beat us 1-0. So, just going to go straight to my prediction. I'm going to think Tottenham will beat Bournemouth 2-0. Goodus to score and Johnson to score. I don't think it'll be much of a close match. I think Tottenham are playing good at the moment, and Bournemouth, I don't know, from what I heard, played all right against us. I'm not really sure. So I'm just going to play it safe, go 2-0 Tottenham, and yeah, straight on to Wolves versus Everton for the last prediction. Moving straight on to the last predictions, Wolves versus Everton. We did not pick up a good result last week. I'm pretty sure Totti got sent off, but I'm pretty sure he's back for this weekend as he missed West Ham on Tuesday. Everton played pretty alright against Brighton, and they still picked up a result at the new ground. Grealish played decent apparently, got his 2 assists, and yeah, I think we might not pick up a result. That's why I've gone Wolves 0, Everton 2, Grealish to score, and Dewsbury Hall to score. Lance, what have you put for your final predictions?
Alright, last prediction of the video. Everton Wolves, I'm not going to lie, it feels hard to not back my own team. Go Wolves 1, Everton 0. Larson to score, hopefully he doesn't leave, I don't think he will anymore. Go watch that video that Alfie made. So, I think should be a boring game, maybe second half winner for Larson. Let's hope we get some points.
Right, that's it of all our predictions. Hopefully you all enjoyed the first game week, because as it seems, we got a lot of support from that video. Did pretty well for our first video as well, to be fair. So thank you for all that support. Hopefully I can win this game week and get more points than Lance. Hopefully my predictions are better. Fingers crossed. We've definitely been keeping more consistent recently, and it's a good thing we're back, and you all know it. Me and Lance are just the goats. Not much else left to say, other than like and subscribe, and put post notifications so you don't miss an upload from us. And if I put up here, there's like 58% of people watching and not subscribed, so make sure to press that subscribe button down there. Other than that, we'll see you in the next one, and hopefully I'll come out on top. See you later.